think you know what time it is. It's time for that review. Now come on in, boys and girls. Get your pen, get your pencil, get your notebook. 'Cause it's review time. Here we go now. Ah. E. Ooh. A. O. Ka. Ki. Ku. Ke. And ko. Sa. Shi. Su. Se. So. Ta. Chi. Su. Te. To. Now keep on going now, don't give up just yet. 'Cause we got na, ni, nu, ne, and no. Ha, he, hu, he, and ho. But that's not all. Ma, mi, mu, me, and mo. And here we go. Ya, you, and yo. And that marks the end of today's review. Did you get all that? All you slick dogs out there, if you didn't, hit it up again. And then come right back into the smooth jazz. Because here is what we're going to do today. It's going to be a nice quickie today. It's going to be a little quick pod streamcast. And I'll tell you why. Because, hey, we only got just a tiny little bit left. Come on over. We got 9 and 10 today, alright? But let's start with 9. We've worked our way here. Let's hit that da. First things first. Oh, but we got somebody in the chat already, and it's totally not Joseph Lamau, who says, "Hi, I just wanted to stop by and say I appreciate these streams. I do have to go because it's late and I have school, but thank you so much." You know what? Totally not Joseph Lamau. I think you are Joseph. And Joseph, thank you for tuning in. And I will catch you on the flip side, not Joseph. Because right now, I'm going right in. Da. Now remember what you can do. You can come on over here. You can hit that button. And you can look how they do it. Look at how smooth that one is. Da. Looks like a 5, but it is not. Don't you forget it. Da. Check it. This one's more curvaceous. This one's alright. We can totally parlay with this, Ra. Don't worry about it. Hey, what do we got? We got the D. Hit it up every time, make sure. Now I'm gonna let you in on a little secret here. Just like our buddies, Ki and Sa. This one can have a hole in it, or not. That's up to you. Let's hit it. You can do it like this, just like that, D. Or you can be a fancy lad and just in one stroke, just like that, D. I hope you enjoyed that. That's going out to all of you out in Sleepy Land there. What do we got next? Do. Now check this. All one stroke. Exactly how you like it. Do. Did they do it different here? Nah, it's the same. 1. Do. Look at that. Turn it off, bring us on over today. Oh, this looks like our friend Ne, now doesn't it? If you remember, Ne looks like that. Be careful now. Look at that tail. We got the loop-de-loop and no loop-de-loop. Now that we understand that, boom, boom, re. 1, 2, re. Now if you need to stop by here, you do it. You stop on by and check that stroke order. Let's move on. Lo. Wouldn't you know it? It's all just one easy stroke. Looks like a 3 now, doesn't it? But it's not. It's ro. Check it out. Same thing. Ro. It's not ru. It's ro. Ro and ru. Totally different. We got the loop-de and not the loop-de. Alright? Don't forget that now. So that was ro. And, hey. That's it. Guess what you just did? Ra, ri, ru, re, and ro. And now let's hit that 10th column. Smooth 10th column. That's gonna go a little something like this. Wa. Boom. Wa. Ooh, it looks awfully like the other ones. Wa. Remember, we had ne. And just now we had re. Be careful now. These all start the same, but they are not. This is wa, this is ne, and this is re. Don't you forget it now. Once again. 1, 2. Wa. That's it. And then you're thinking to yourself, you're going back to the chart, and you're thinking, oh, what? No, we? Even though Japan is the home country of the we? Well, you'd be correct on both counts. There is no we. And there used to be. There is not now. So don't you dare go looking it up. I don't want you learning that. Not yet, because you don't use it. Instead, we're going to skip on to this crazy one. Why did I write it like this? Why did I do that? I'll explain it to you in a second. First, let's do the character. Remember, you got those tricky ones? You can come and check it. 1, 2, and 3. Just like that. 1, 2, 3. Oh. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Now you might be hearing me say oh and not whoa. That's because this is mostly only ever used as a grammar particle as far as probably 99% of the cases. I don't even know of the other cases that would ever use this. It's a grammar particle and it's pronounced as o, even though it is in the W category, okay? Even on this chart, it just says the letter O. And you might be thinking, hey, we had that. We had that all the way back at the start, now didn't we? Yes, we did. The difference is this is technically W-O. It's just pronounced the same, O. And once you start getting advanced in Japanese, you're going to realize that W sound is ever so slightly in there, just a little bit. Oh, you're just going to hear a little bit. It's just a little bit in there. Oh. So it is not exactly the same as this one. Now keep that in mind, but don't dwell on it. Don't worry about it right now. It's not a big deal for you right now. You just want to learn the character. And when we go over how it's used as grammar, we'll bring it back up then. And you'll remember it goes just like that. Okay? Alright. And the last last hiragana. Take a look at this. N. It's the only one that's just a consonant. And it does not have a vowel attached to it. See, all the other ones, they had vowels attached to them, didn't they? Not this one. This is the super special. It's just pronounced What are some examples of how you use this? Well, do you remember wa? Because I do. And if you need to, you can always come back here and check it again because we just learned it, right? And if we put N or right there, what does this say? Wang. Let's do it again. Wang. What is wang wang? Woof woof. Ladies and gentlemen, your vocabulary word for today is woof woof. And if you have a dog and you want to know how your dog could speak Japanese and you want to teach your dog Japanese, just like I'm teaching you Japanese, you tell your dog, stop with the woof, start with the wang. Wang wang. Wang wang. Woof woof. Now you can make use of both your wa and right away. Let's see this in action again. For God's sakes, ladies and gentlemen, it even looks like an N. It just looks like a fancy N. It's some kind of disgusting hybrid between the letter H and the letter N, and it is pronounced Okay? Hey, you did it. Look at how super slick and quick this Hiragana stream was today. You know what I'm saying? So, what are we gonna do? Hit up that review for today. In your notebook, you should be doing these as we go over them. But we also want to do them all again at the end, just to make sure you really hit home. So today we had ra, ri, ru. Remember, you have the tail. Re and ro, no tail. Okay? Then we had wa, o, and And what else did we learn? Mine and your favorite. Wang wang. Wang wang. Woof woof. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Valen Hark Presents a Woof Woof Japanese stream podcast learning adventure. All I want you to do this time is study these two columns. And I want you to absorb it all. Take it nice and easy. I want you to start back here at A again and work your way all the way around that chart again. Let this serve as not only a review and refresher for all of these, but an introduction to these two columns. That is 9 and 10. You know what that means as we draw to a close? Most likely next time I will go over these. Finally. But we've already talked about them so much, you probably already know what's going on with them. And I hope so. So consider next time a review. And we're going to start working our way into katakana as well. But before I close out, I always want to give those slick dogs looking for that extra credit a chance to show off how slick and cool they actually are. So what are we going to do? We're going to hit up some kanji real quick. What is this? Well, you don't know until I tell you. Let's say it's in your vocabulary list. It will show you that it is kuru. Right? Oh, there we go. Kuru. So what did I say we can do? We can come on over here. You can type it in Romaji if you want. But if you turn Japanese on, you can type kuru. And hey, there it is. Hit that little enter button. And you'll see it says, to come, to approach, to arrive, right? Spatially or temporally. So basically it's the same as the verb in English, to come. So why am I telling you this? Because back here, hey, that kanji looks familiar. That's what we just looked at, right? But you'll see this is kimashita and not kuru. Why is that? Well, the first thing you need to know is that there are two very basic ways to say almost every verb. And that is this simple form here with ru, and what is this? I'll tell you what it is. It's kimasu. Now this one might start looking a little bit more familiar back at the sentence here. So we just learned kimasu, and this is kimashita. Now what did I tell you? This one's past tense, which means it's going to go from kimasu to kimashita. Now here's the thing. You're not going to know what the hell is going on. How do I conjugate verbs into past tense? That's not what I'm teaching you right now. I am just wanting to show you that there are different forms of the verbs. We got this. Kuru and kimasu. Right? This is ma and su. They both mean the same thing. This is the polite form. This is the default, maybe you can say more casual form. You can get away with that. But almost every verb has a default simple form like this and a polite form. And they have other forms too that we're not going to get into until way later, which are like super polite forms and like formal forms. We don't need to know or care about them right now. The only two things I want you to know for now is that we have these two things right here. Right? Regular, normal, casual, dictionary form, right? This is how you look up the verbs. And polite form. Right? This would be casual, or some people call it the dictionary form. Okay? And they both mean come. So, later we'll learn how to conjugate them, but obviously if you look at the difference here, kimasu and kimashita, the su at the end of kimasu turns into shita. And by the way, you'll hear me pronounce this without putting any emphasis on the I. That's just how it's pronounced in Japanese. Usually if there's an I in between certain endings like this, like kimashita, something something shita, you'll almost never pronounce that I. It's just ever so slightly pronounced. Okay? We had another question here also. You keep saying des, but I see it spelled desu. That is a good question, and let me show you here. This U, just like I'm explaining right now, is usually not pronounced either. And I have to be careful with the way I explain that because it's not fully left unpronounced, but if you're not a native speaker or fluent yet, you're going to have a hard time hearing when people are actually pronouncing it or not. So, what are you getting at, Valen? Well, what I'm getting at is, for now, as a beginner, just pronounce it des. Don't try to screw around with that U there. Now, some forms, or some situations in which you will hear the U, is like when somebody's adding stress to the word. So, they're saying you'll hear this a lot when somebody's on the phone, like somebody in an office is speaking to a customer, somebody at a company office is on the phone with a customer, and they'll say something 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 desu, and that's being more stressed in the word, being a little bit more polite by properly pronouncing everything. But for most cases, it's just des. Okay? So if you ever hear me pronounce something and you look at the spelling, but it looks like I'm dropping off a pronunciation, That's because, well, pretty much, it's not pronounced. Yiso says, I am trying to learn Japanese, and this is very helpful. Thank you, Shapiro-sama. You're welcome, Yiso. I don't know if I enjoy being called Shapiro-sama, but I will take that as a compliment for now. And I hope you are learning. That's what I'm here for. So, anyway, back to the kanji here. Just for now, don't even worry about it. Just look at these two kanji, know that there are these two forms, and that they mean come. And if you want to go ahead and practice and throw it into your rotation, here's what I suggest you do. Come on over, click it, check the stroke order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom, it's easy. And it's nice and symmetrical. Don't you like that? Don't you like it when it's symmetrical? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the kanji. But remember to add the ru, kuru. And you little slick dog MFers out there looking at this and looking at this, and you just coming in with your little complaint hats and saying, Valen, you did it so bad. Valen can't draw, we can't write the kanji correctly. Relax. Anybody can read this. It's fine. Don't worry about it, okay? Put your ruler away. Put your little tape measure away and stop worrying about it. Nobody writes characters like this because this is a font. I don't know how many times I gotta drill that into your people's heads. Okay? Kuru. Alright? And when you're going at full speed, it's gonna start looking crazy messy. Okay? The more you do this, the more you're gonna get used to it. Right? You could have people that's handwriting looks like this, and it's perfectly legible, because, when you're writing your ABCs, does this look like the Times New Roman? I don't think so. But people can still read it. It's called handwriting, alright? Okay, calm down, Valen. Everything's gonna be okay. I want you to throw this character into the rotation. And when I say into the rotation, you know what I mean. When you're out there doing your a, I, u, e, o, ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. Oh, maybe before you move on to sa, maybe we just throw this little duder in here as a word, not just a kanji. You want to remember the word, not just the kanji. Kuru. And then maybe you just go on over to your sa, shi, su, se, and so, and continue on. Remember, somewhere in there you've got your watashi, right? Somewhere in there you got your hito. Somewhere in there you should have your namae, right? That's all there is to it. Your tired pal Valen is going to call it a stream here soon. As soon as he answers the question from one of his faithful followers. What's the difference between connecting and not connecting the line in sa? What is the difference between this sa and this sa? You ready for this? Absolutely nothing. They are the same thing. Ow, ow, ow. It's the same thing. It's called handwriting, and you've got your own handwriting style, and I've got my own, and all the different fonts out there, they've got theirs, and all the Japanese salarymen in their offices, they've got theirs. It's the same thing. I hope that clears it up for you. And while we're on that subject, little review here. What's the difference between these two keys? Bow, 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 absolutely nothing. Same exact thing. Boom. Font styles, ladies and gentlemen, got your handwriting. You get to decide exactly how you want it. Lol, thank you. Thank you for the good question. I need to remind people that there is no difference between these. Alright? And while we're on the subject, pretty much anytime you see a difference like that in fonts, there is no difference. It's just the way that people like to write it. Okay, so here's your chart. What do I want you to do? Before next stream, before next episode, if you're watching on YouTube, I want you to jump in there and do all of this. And I want you to sit there in your notebook and write them all out until you do not have to check the chart again. If you are in the middle of this and needing to check a character while you're doing it, that character is not fully formed in your memory yet. And what do? We do them all again. I know you're gonna love it. Just do it. And these are gonna be still fresh. Very fresh. It's gonna be an open wound until tomorrow. And when you open that wound back up tomorrow, you're gonna need to stitch it together. And how do you stitch it? You write them again. Okay? And in order to make sure that they're really sticking in there, I do suggest that you write all of this first. So that you don't just write these once and then write them again and think that they're stuck in there. No, you need to give yourself some time to forget. And that's the real test. Because if you gave yourself time doing other characters and other stuff and were able to come back to this and write them again without looking at the chart, you got it. That's how you know you got it. Okay? So I want you to do that. And I want you to throw in this bad boy here. Alright, it's making use of do, which we learned today. And when you write this, I want you to say in your head, come. Okay, that's the first, I guess it is the first actual word that uses a mix between kanji and hiragana that we have learned so far. So we are graduating, slowly but surely. Okay? Hey. Bring it on home. I know you have been working so hard and studying so hard doing this. Keep it up. You keep it up. Those of you sending me screenshots, keep sending them. I love it. I love to see your hard work pay off. And who knows, a couple weeks more time, you might be able to just bang these out full speed without even thinking. It's going to be like second nature. It's going to be like just like writing the alphabet for you if you're a native alphabet user. Okay? And once that's the case, we are going to start moving in to more kanji and grammar. Okay, so this is a shorter one today, but that's because we're basically finishing this up. Next episodes might be a little bit slower than usual. You know, New Year's are over and your pal Valen is over here scavenging the waste again, so I will keep up with these as soon as possible, but keep it up. Keep reviewing these. Do not take a week off. If you don't see a video from your buddy Valen here, and you just think that that's time to just go slacking because Valen's slacking, no. I don't have to review these, so it doesn't hurt me to not do it, but it does hurt you if you're just starting out. Every day, do not stop. You want to take a Saturday or Sunday off, fine, but you should be doing it every day. Isao says good night, and Isao, I'm going to say good night too. Thank you all for joining me again, and I will see you next time. Take care.